Hey guys, welcome back to another Latin Geeks video, and today we wanted to introduce our new series, Netflix Gems. Now in this video, I'm going to be picking a series that is one of my personal favorites, and I discuss why it's my favorite, and why I think you guys would like it as well. Now this isn't scripted, so all of what I'm going to say is going to come from the heart. So feel free to leave your comments down below, and don't forget to give this video a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Alright, let's get started. So the first series that I'm starting, that I picked to start this Netflix Gems video, is The Office. So The Office is one of my all-time favorite shows, or rather, it is my favorite show of all time. The show just brilliantly is able to balance characters, settings, and very complex story arcs for each one of those characters, but yet is able to keep it simple. And just really, it's just a funny show.
Son, we're having a limited...
Speak up a little bit louder, I'm hard of hearing.
He's hard if he's an old man.
Okay, as I was saying, right now we are having...
talk louder.
Okay, our prices have never been lower.
Son, you have to talk louder.
Never been lower.
Louder, son!
Bud Liquor! Our prices have never been lower!
Stop it.
Heat!
Alright, so I came up with like 8 reasons, and these are like on the top of my head on why I think you guys would like the show. So to start it off, the first reason why I think you guys would like the show is Michael Scott. Michael Scott from seasons 1 through 7 was the reason you kept coming back, and for other reasons, but I mean, this character, Steve Carell, just knocked this character out of the park. I mean, the acting, the improv was just on point. His jokes were witty, and it's just, you genuinely felt bad for the guy because, I mean, his life isn't that great, but just his positive outlook on life is just so great. It's really admirable.
I will go first. When I discovered YouTube, I didn't work for 5 days. I did nothing. I viewed Cookie Monster Sings Chocolate Rain about 1,000 times.
What was the dilemma?
To tell you or not, and I'm glad I did. I feel very, very good.
Okay, bring it home now. And don't forget the new black man phrase I taught you.
Pippity poppy, give me the zobbity.
Yes, sir. Remember that. I'll be right outside if you need me.
I mean, who can forget the "that's what she said" jokes that he does all the time? Those weird situations he gets himself into. It's just, this character is such an amazing character. And Steve Carell, kudos to that guy. This guy did an amazing job. One of his best characters of all time.
What? Did you want to tell me something? You look like you want to tell me something. You look like you have something really important to say and you just can't for some reason. Come on, you can tell me. Jim, you can tell me anything.
So now, reason number 2. Now, the Jim and Pam drama. It was so good. So Jim is one of the characters, spoiler alert, I'm gonna say it right now, spoiler alert. Jim has a huge crush on Pam, but Pam at the time was engaged with Roy. So, you know, Jim had to battle his feelings for Pam, but at the same time, you know, Pam was with Roy, and then when Jim meets Karen, you know, Pam is no longer engaged with Roy, and then Jim is with somebody else, and it's just one of my favorite scenes of all time is when, again, another spoiler alert, Jim and Pam do end up getting married. And I think it was the wedding shower before, Jim says,
4 years ago, I was just a guy who had a crush on a girl who had a boyfriend. And I had to do the hardest thing that I've ever had to do, which was just to wait. For a really long time, that's all I had. I just had little moments with a girl who saw me as a friend. And a lot of people told me I was crazy to wait this long for a date with a girl who I worked with. But I think even then I knew that I was waiting for my wife.
One of the best scenes I've seen in my life, and it's just, I'm sorry, but it did bring a tear to my eye. It was that good.
This morning, I found a bloody glove in my desk drawer, and Jim Halpert tried to convince me I committed murder. I think he may be the real murderer. Jim Halpert said there was an abandoned infant in the woman's room. When I went to save the child, I saw Meredith on the can. Yeah.
So now, reason number 3. Jim and Dwight. The pranks, guys, the pranks. They were so funny. And that one scene, the phone call scene with Jim and Dwight, oh my god. You guys just, I think it was in season 6 or season 5. That scene, it's just so funny. I think it was the customer relationship episode. It was just, it was so great. Now, it's really interesting to see the journey that Jim and Dwight take, because these guys start out as enemies, and they go from enemies to frenemies, and then to friends. And by the last season, it's really great to see that development over time.
Oh my God!
What are you doing?
Last time I saw you, you were whipping me out of the building.
Shh. Let's not speak of that. The pig rib. We could totally break the pig rib. I'm gonna dig it out of the trash.
Now, reason number 4, Dwight and Angela. Now, that's the secret. Dwight and Angela, they've been having a secret relationship that they think it's secret, but just everybody knows about. But I feel like everybody in the office just wants to be polite, so they don't acknowledge it. But it's just so funny to see those two, because they're so similar, but at the same time, they're not. It's really funny to see. So, reason number 5. The supporting characters. Andy was a supporting character, but he does move on to be a really big major character. But Phyllis, Stanley, Oscar, Angela, Kevin, Meredith, Creed, Toby, Kelly, Ryan, Daryl, Karen, Aaron, Gabe, Robert California, Nelly, and if I'm missing anybody else, see, that's the thing. There were so many characters that made that show so good.
Ah, my hand, that's hot!
This one's hot too.
Okay, we're trapped, everyone for himself!
Okay.
Let's go! Let's go! Get out of my way!
Okay. Calm, please. Have you ever seen a burn victim?
I think I remember Oscar Nunez in I think it was the final episode of The Office, the little behind the scenes. He said it's like watching, it's like playing for a basketball team. It's like watching these great players do their stuff. But then when your number's called, you do your stuff and you make them look good. It's just, they did such a good job. The actors just very, very solid, great jobs all around.
Use a what to cover the mouth? A what? A rag, a damp rag, perhaps. Let's remember those procedures. What are the options? Okay, that's the wrong way. We've already tried that. Remember your exit points. Exit points, people. What's next?
Oscar!
Huh?
Stay alive, I'm getting help!
Pull me up!
You're too heavy!
I only weigh 82 pounds! Save Bandit!
How about now?
Call somebody.
Hold on, Dwight!
It's a beautiful morning at Dunder Mifflin, or as I like to call it, Great Bratton. Keep it running.
Dwight. You should know. I think something a little fishy is going on.
A little fishy.
Yeah. I've been noticing him all day. I just think it
That little girl is a child. I don't want to see you sniffing around her anymore this afternoon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Boy, have you lost your mind, because I'll help you find it. What you're looking for, ain't nobody going to help you out there. Jesus can come through that door, and he's not going to help you if you don't stop sniffing after my child.
Okay.
I'm trying to work.
You don't work here. You're not Jim.
Jim, I got us that dinner reservation. Greek goes 7:30.
Oh, great. Can't wait.
Jim's at the dentist this morning, and Steve is an actor friend of ours.
I don't know who you are, but you are not Jim. This is Jim. Oh, dude. How did...
So now, reason number 6, the relatable situations. Now, I know a lot of people say, The Office, a lot of things that happen really won't happen in real life, but a lot of the work situation that goes on, having a person, like at work, having a crush on somebody, you work with, trying to get a promotion, you have a boss that's like unbearable, and trust me, I know what that feels like, but just, it's so relatable. And then the relationships, like we've all had that boss, either it's just an idiot or he just is trying so hard to be liked that it makes him look like an idiot. We all been through, problems with relationships, and we've all been through that, and even family too, because, Michael Scott just has that, longing for a family, you know, and there's people that go through stuff like that, you know, they can't find the right person. So it's just a lot of the situations in that show are really relatable, and you relate with these characters, you know, and I think, in my opinion, that's what makes these shows so great. You relate with these characters, you see these characters as family, you know, and sometimes you can even see yourself in these characters. So, reason number 7, Kelly and Ryan. This is a relationship that everybody wants, but though nobody really wants it, because on paper it looks great, when you see it in real life, it's just horrible and a bad idea.
Whatever we deny or embrace, for worse or for better, we belong together, Ryan.
I'm not even gonna get into it. You just guys have to see that show to see this in action.
Parkour! 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 I'm right behind you, Andy! Come on! Yeah! Parkour.
So, reason number 8. It is binge-worthy. Guys, I'm not even playing. I've rewatched this series almost like 30 times now. And every time I rewatch it, I just find another reason to love it. It's that good of a show. This show is gonna be timeless. It's one of America's best. It's a drama, it's a comedy, suspense, it's like a thriller with the situations they go through sometimes. You know, it's just everything that a show does right in one series. You know, a lot of shows have different reasons on being popular, on being good, but The Office just got 100% on every single one of those reasons. It's such a great show. And again, back to, it's so relatable. You know, you can see yourself in these characters you can see as friends, as families. It's just, in my opinion, that's what makes the show great.
Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, and endures all things. Love never fails. And now these 3 remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.